Hello and welcome back to Marine for TCG. My name's Joe, drink of the day is a pint of cordial, and jumping straight into it, we've got the new Moria. So this is a sort of reworked version of the original Moria, really. 6/7 brick, Thrillerbark Pirates and Warlords. On play, if your leader has Thrillerbark Pirates, play one cost 4 or less character from your trash as rested. Then, give one rested Don to your leader. I really like this card design, because it keeps the original flavour of the original 8-cost Moria, with Moria resummoning dudes from the trash, but it's far more balanced, clearly. 6/7 is a really strong stat line, and summoning 4 for free is also very good, but the fact that the 4 comes in rested means that your opponent is going to have the chance to deal with it. This means that summoning cards like Rebecca is not really going to be a great option, because the Rebecca will just come in tapped, while still ensuring that the Thrillerbark targets are still pretty decent because you still get their powerful on-plays, and if your opponent's attacking into them, they're easier to defend than something like a Rebecca. In particular, in Perona, summoning Ryuma off of this is going to be really nice because it's not color locked on what you can summon, which is pretty cool. So, of course, the only two Thrillerbark leaders we have are Moria and Perona. Both these leaders have been struggling for quite a while. They've really suffered not only with the ban of Moria, but with the ban of Ice Age as well. And whilst this Moria is not going to really help out with the reduction issue, he's certainly going to help out with the board issue. So Moria loves the extra Don as well. Moria needs one Don attached to him to use his leader effect. So this 6 cost, giving you a rested Don, means that on your 8 Don turn, you can effectively do this and still use your leader effect, giving you sort of a mini Moria in spirit, right? You could summon 2 4-cost cards. Pretty decent. Perona doesn't really benefit much from the Don outside of just being able to swing for 6, which is relevant into decks like Blue Purple Luffy, of course. But I think Perona is going to make very good use of this too, just because you were so reliant on Ryuma, and sometimes running out of Ryumas became a problem. Well, now we have a really reliable way to bring back the Ryuma. Also, small nod for now that Perona is becoming potentially relevant again, she can use this Mihawk quite well. This Mihawk is seeing play in like literally every green deck, and whilst Perona can't use the new Perona Searcher that searches for Slash, because she is not Slash, she can use this old Perona Searcher, which is not great, but it does search Thrillerbark Pirates or Mihawk. So you could grab this Mihawk, you could grab the Gecko Moria, it's not too bad. And also on 10 Don, you could do this Mihawk, and then use the Don that you restood to play this Gecko Moria. So I think that's kind of cute. I'm really looking forward to giving Perona a go again, because this is a deck that's been kind of dead for a while now. Next up, we've got a Koby. He's a 4/5/1k with the Navy and Sword types. Opponent's turn, if your leader has the Navy type, this character gains 1000 power, which making him a little bit harder to take out. And then when attacking, you can KO one of your opponent's characters with a base cost of 3000 power or less. Then, if you have 6 or less cards in your hand, draw a card. So this is kind of like a souped up version of the 3-cost Ivankov that sees play in Marco. Obviously this costs a bit more and doesn't get that immediate value that the Ivankov does of summoning a 2. So in Marco, I think you're probably more likely to gravitate towards that engine or the Chopper engine than this Koby. But I think this Koby is quite exciting for both of these decks. Obviously in the Koby leader, he is Sword, so he will gain rush against characters, enabling him to be played and then KO realistically like a chump blocker or a searcher straight away. And in Smoker, because Smoker has this opponent's turn trait giving Koby 1000 extra power, that stacks with Koby's opponent's turn trait, making him a 4/7 in your opponent's turn, which is going to be quite difficult for your opponent to take out. And a draw engine is something that Smoker has really kind of suffered with. Sometimes you just run out of cards, especially if your opponent starts to starve you, which is why cards like Hody Jones and the 3-cost Sanji have been so important. This being another Navy searchable card that can help you with your card efficiency, whilst taking out little like protection effects and chump blockers, and being hard for your opponent to deal with, I think is going to give him pretty good potential in Smoker. Next up, we've got this Law. He's a 6/7/1k with Punk Hazard, Warlords of the Sea, and Heart Pirates types. Once per turn, if this character be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you can give him minus 2000 for the turn instead. This is the exact same effect as the Portgas the Ace from the Whitebeard starter deck. When he would be removed from the field, you could give him -2. And this guy's much the same. Obviously, this Law doesn't have Rush, but he does have, when attacking, give one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 for the turn. Obviously, this is very low impact on the turn it comes down, but in a deck like Red-Green Smoker that can restand Dons to get extra value out of them, this is a 7,000 base power character, proccing your Smoker's leader effect, and this is Punk Hazard searchable, and will get that buff in your opponent's turn, taking you up to a 6/8 stat line, which is really nice. The minus power is pretty relevant as well, even just using it on Katakuri blocker to sort of deny that from getting a really efficient block is value in and of itself. And you can of course combo this with cards like Mulgun or even Honesty Impact to get some pretty ridiculous KOs. But not only Smoker, I think this is also pretty good in Sanji and Caesar. In Sanji, this is a sticky body that Sanji can give Rush to, that your opponent's not be able to remove with effects, and gets that when attacking effect, which is really nice. Sanji has struggled, particularly with removal, so this having sort of blanket anti-removal baked in, and a useful when attacking effect, is quite nice for that deck. Also, this is finally a Punk Hazard as support for Caesar Clown. Caesar Clown needs lots of power down, and well, Law can help you. This is a little bit slow in that deck, I will say. Caesar is not a deck with a ton of time, but I think if you are a Caesar enjoyer, this Law is probably going to make the cut. That's it for new cards, but we've got a load of alt arts as well. We've got the Bad Manners Kick course and the Gum Gum Jet Gatling here. Both the red and purple 0 costs. We've also had the blue one. We got the green one a while back in a promo out in Japan. Really all we're missing now is alt arts of the black and yellow. These are alt arts that I've been hoping for a while now. And man, these look so good. These look just really, really nice. I love these event alt arts because the base events, they don't look that crazy, but the alt art ones, oh, my jam. We also got an alt art of the 1 cost of Pooh. So for the green yellow Law enjoyers and potentially the Bonnie enjoyers, this is a pretty nice one to pick up. And we've had a winner version of this before, but this alt art looks pretty good, I can't lie. I prefer this to the winner version for sure. Next up, we've got an alt art of Mr. 3. This is the Searcher from Buggy. The Buggy deck already got quite a number of alt arts, but this is one more that you're going to have to get if you want to max rarity your Buggy deck. And this one looks kind of weird, I'm not going to lie. Like, look at his finger. His finger's like bending back 90 degrees. It's kind of weird. I'm guessing this is the wax power, but it still looks quite odd. Anyway, moving on. We've got this X-Drake. This sometimes sees play again in GY Law. Also sometimes in an L. Sometimes in Kid. And this also is nothing too crazy, but, you know, if you're a green yellow Law enjoyer and you like bling, this X-Drake's pretty good. Now, we've got a couple of SPs. And we've got an SP Carrot, and these are like something special. Like, first, look at all the gold flakes. All this gold, like, stands out from the front of the card. It looks incredible. You got to watch the video to check it out. You can probably find it in my VOD from yesterday when we did the stream watching the CS. But, like, this gold texturing looks insane. They just keep making these alts better. And also, check this out. Like, the border. Carrot's breaking the border. Like, you can see the normal green border on the card. Well, SPs don't normally have that. But you can see it down here. And they've got, like, Carrot slashing the border up here. The counters falling out. This is really, like, weird design. I love it, though. It looks really cool. Just another new way of them doing the cards. I'm here for it. And we also got this same treatment for the Shanks. You can see the border coming down here at an angle. He's slashed through it. Look at this. Pretty good. This is the Pop Shanks from set 6. This is not the Rush Shanks. But, like, the gold on this one, I think, is even better than the Carrot. Like, look how much gold texturing there is. All the Haki, but with the gold outlines. Man, this looks so clean. I wish Shanks was still good. So I could justify buying some of these from a deck. Might just have to get one for the collection, though. This looks stunning. We've got some new Dons as well. We've got a Caesar Clown Don for all 5 people that like Caesar Clown. And we've got a Koby Don. I really like what they're doing, putting more gold extra bits on the gold Dons. We had that in the first set with like the Rebecca Don and the Zorro Don. But in this set, they seem to be doing it with all of them. I mean, on this one, on the regular holo version, this gas in the background, that's not there. That's exclusive to the gold one. And you've got the gold text that says gas. And on the Koby, of course, you've got all the gold outlines. But this marine symbol, that's not present on the regular holo. So if you want the marine logo, You got to get the gold one. You know I'll be getting at least one of these. Next up, we got the Marco. This one's not as crazy to me, but I know there's a lot of Marco enjoyers, and the gold flecks on this one do work really, really well with the blue background and like Marco's powers. And then you've got the Snake Man Don. This one again looks pretty good. I do like the big dragon on this gold Don. This looks pretty sick. And last, we've got My Era Begins. In set 9, each of the Yonkos got a 1-cost event. Buggy had the Cross Guild, Shanks had the Come On We'll Fight You, Blackbeard had My Era Begins, and Luffy had Gum Gum Giant. We've now had manga-style events of the Cross Guild, Come On We'll Fight You, and My Era Begins. I would not be surprised next weekend if we see a reveal of the manga-style Gum Gum Giants, which I think is not the Gum Gum Giant update that people are hoping for, but it may well just be the one we get. Also got some reprint confirmations, and these holos in this set are so much nicer. In the previous PRB, they just all had the Jolly Rogers, which looked good in their own right. But these, each one of these has like a unique or semi-unique, we don't exactly know yet, pattern. Like, look at this Dadan. This one's kind of hard to make out, but you can sort of see there's like flame holos. Because Dadan's obviously got the flames in the background, they've done hollow flames. You can sort of see it a bit at the bottom and a bit here, but you can see it much easier on this next card, which is the Nojiko. She's got an orange hollow pattern. I mean, down here at the bottom, you can see, right, the 4 oranges. And this is present all the way up the card, but in the video, it's just much easier to see at the bottom because it's a block color. I really like what they're doing here with these. Making these more unique, giving them more flavor to the characters, either personality or even just the card art in the case of the Dadan. It's so much cooler than the Jolly Rogers, and I thought the Jolly Rogers were already pretty good to begin with. Nojiko is also a card that kind of needs a reprint. This it does go for like a couple bucks because of the Blue Yellow Nami, so a reprint of this is not one I expected, but it's one I'll take. Moving on, we got the holo foil of the Robin from ST14, and this one you can actually see very well. So in this background, it's a snowy background, and you can see here, look, you got the hollow snow pattern. Looking at some of these is making me really excited, not only to see what gets reprint, but what hollow pattern each card's going to get, because these are honestly pretty nice, I'm not going to lie. And here's the next one. This is probably my favourite of the bunch, actually. There's this Luffy promo. It's not very good, but look at the hollow. It's just on the clouds. Like, the whole card isn't hollow. They've just picked out, like, these clouds around his arms and given those hollow foil. It's so good, man. It's so much better than the Jolly Rogers. Yeah, I'm loving this. Just individual parts of the card being picked out to make them stand out from the image. Man, I'm a sucker. And then last up, we've got the Bonnie. This is the Bonnie promo. This is a decent bit of removal for both Kid and Law. Nothing too crazy. But seeing this as a promo, getting a reprint, always good. And the pattern here, you can see at the bottom, you've got like a meat pattern and also a pizza pattern. Food Bonnie. This one's pretty nice, very in keeping with Bonnie's themes. Big pizza enjoyer, big lump of meat enjoyer. Not my favourite of the bunch. I think my favourite of the bunch, definitely this Luffy with just the clouds as hollow. But hey, this one's really nice too. And that is everything for this video, just a short one. Talking about the new reprints, talking about the new reveals. Let me know what you think of the Moria. Do you think that's going to revive either of the Thriller Bark leaders? I know I'll be checking both out once we get that card and see if they're worth playing again. Also, pretty excited for all the Smoker support. RG Smoker getting 2 new cards potentially in this set. And even a little card there for Koby, not too bad. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.